Let's go.
Portsmouth have had an up and down festive period, hammering Swansea and Coventry at home, but losing on the road 4-0 to Derby and 3-0 to Bristol City. Above the relegation zone on goal difference only, it would be interesting to see if Pompey came looking to park the bus today or not. In almost every metric, Sunderland are the superior team. Pompey's pass accuracy is way off what is needed to do well in this league and is the second lowest in the division. Consequently, they struggle to build chances in games and rank 21st for big chances created and 23rd for touches in the opposition box. Perhaps more worrying for Pompey are the number of goals they concede, nearly 2 goals a game on average. So against the 4th highest scoring team in the league, this is a result that really should be going only one way. Still cut to the bare bones in terms of squad options, Régis Lebris had little chance for rotation, so for the second week running, he fielded a 4-4-2. And I will have a video out shortly on how Lebris arrived at this situation, because it has been gradual, it has been coming. I'll add the link at the end of this video when I'm done with that. In the meantime, why not hit the subscribe button so that you get it as soon as I've done it. Today then saw the retention of the team that beat Sheffield United on New Year's Day, with Mayenda operating as a second striker, keeping the opposition backline busy and making space for Wilson Isidore. These are the 2 fastest players in the squad, and the rest of the division have not caught on to that yet. Right from kick-off, the pace offered by these front 2 was immediately evident, as a pressing trigger saw Sunderland win the ball in midfield and immediately spring into attack.
Bitterly cold afternoon right across the country, and Roberts with his...
Mayenda linking well with Isidore at the front post.
3 Sunderland players inside the penalty area.
Wilson continues to make those lethal front post runs, as all good strikers should, and he's unlucky not to open the scoring here. Pompey's tactics seem to be to try to press in the final third and play long balls over the top when this was not possible, behind Sunderland's relatively high line, like here.
Now start their second half of the season.
They would also look for knockdowns from these long balls as well.
It is essential, but he's done a magnificent job. Incredible, from his time in there, almost unfathomable.
Pompey's press, however, left them dangerously exposed to the pace of our forwards. Here, losing the duel in midfield leads to a 3 versus 3 for Sunderland's attack, although nothing comes of it.
Didn't have with Bishop up front, really, is a threat and a real handful.
Pompey tried their best to play out from the back, but as I said, the league simply haven't done their homework on our front 2, and Portsmouth were guilty of underestimating Isidore's pace in playing out, forcing mistake and turning over ball in the final third here, and this happened quite a bit.
And it was Isidore who's closing down. This is Roberts. And Roberts wasn't far away.
One more, and then they'll really press at the same level like they did last time. It's
All of this came together quite early on when Sunderland won a duel from a pressing Portsmouth, and Mayenda was released through the middle. He found Isidore.
Options to his left. Isidore's onside, and Isidore scores.
And it was a pretty routine counter-attacking goal.
I've got to say, I thought this game was a little bit open. Isidore's run's brilliant, but
Mayenda picked it up. He had options to his left. Timed it perfectly for Isidore. And he's a striker full of confidence. And he showed that with an emphatic finish.
Well, it's interesting. If you think about Pack's trying to play offside, he should go with the runner. Pack doesn't go with the runner.
Adil Aouchiche has worked his way back into the team lately in place of Eliza Mayenda on the left wing, and he is an infinitely better choice on the wing. He has put in some good performances in recent games and did so again today. He naturally knows how to use overlapping fullbacks well. When to cut inside from the run.
Sliding in yet. Ricochet's back out to Neil, and he finds Aouchiche. He's got plenty of room to run into. Can he create something from this? At least on the overlap. He's ignored. Aouchiche!
Well, it's a really good save. It's good. It's brilliant play from Aouchiche. He gets at Swanson, dips in one, then comes in, drop of a shoulder, it opens up. It's a brilliant.
And when to release them down the flank. he makes lots of options open up.
Playing is trying to get the ball up to Bishop, who's very good at holding the ball up.
Elise on the overlap. Well defended by Swanson. It is to be a corner.
But he is also probably the club's best dead ball taker. Today, however, his corners were poor. Almost none of them made it past the first man.
Who makes a run into the...
That we don't have a professional footballer at the club who can consistently take a corner is pretty shocking stuff, really. In any case, as well as using fullbacks, he can also be depended upon to put in some quality crosses across a game. Think about this sitter he put on Mayenda's head 7 yards out against Stoke, and today he put in several good crosses. Here early on for Patrick Roberts.
And Aouchiche. And Roberts!
Who should be disappointed not to bury that. Aouchiche, though, does have some weaknesses. Sometimes his shots travel like a crossbow firing a feather.
And Aouchiche with the effort, but always telegraphed and comfortable, routine.
And sometimes he telegraphs his actions.
For his talent, that's my view.
Only got 2 this season. This is Aouchiche. Created some space for himself.
And is relatively weak in the tackle defensively.
Good advantage. Can Sunderland make it count? It's Aouchiche. Oh, telegraphed.
In all, though, he's been what we need with our injuries out in the left wing and probably should have been in the team earlier. But it wouldn't surprise me if he still left this window. I certainly see him struggling to win a long-term place in our team if we get promoted. I do want him to succeed, though. After the goal was scored, Sunderland seemed to try too hard, getting a second, pushing play, risking passes and losing the ball. But the danger, and an unnecessary one so early on in a game that we are already winning, is that Pompey can counter when it doesn't work, like here.
Good ball.
To Bishop. Defended well by Neil and Patterson.
Paddleman, are you just bored or something because you've had no shots to save? What are you doing?
Oh, but it's the manner in which he clouts him with his sort of whole body.
Neil, though, came to his senses and tried to calm the entire team down. With 20 minutes gone, Portsmouth had not yet had a shot on target, and Sunderland had had nearly 60% of possession. It's all in our favour, don't worry. Pompey continued to chuck long balls, hoping to get some chance from them, and came close occasionally.
Murphy tried to lift it over from...
It miles outside the post, it's going right in the bottom corner. Such a big man that Nicholas Schmidt...
Although they made poor choices and simply didn't have the numbers up top to capitalise when this happened effectively. Sunderland, meanwhile, looked all the more incisive. Jobs run into the box, nearly finding space here.
Expected. Good run from Bellingham there. You know, he's got that's a bit.
Patrick Roberts' defending often gets overlooked when people talk about him, but he's been a real improvement in this part of his game this season. He works extremely hard, tracks back often, and can be found tenaciously defending in and around his box week in, week out. He's outstanding and consistent team player, and Paddy does this a lot. Here he wins the ball and uses his skill to release Neil, who puts in Mayenda.
The head of that back four is a real handful.
Good passage by Sunderland, Mayenda. And still, Mayenda's been brought down by Towler. Referee has a look. Decides.
And is that a penalty?
The penalty, it's a goal kick.
It does look a bit...
Probably not. I think the ball is already gone. He takes the contact knowing he's pushed it too far and is already away from him.
Try and strike the ball, but I mean, he does pull his... Yeah, it's just not...
And there we are at half-time. Sunderland still only had a narrow lead.
Very simply from through balls through that midfield, not quite strong.
Calf issue.
The second half saw Dennis Serkin replace Aleksic at left-back, and his impact was instant, nearly earning a penalty in the first minute of the second half.
From this game, and add to their points tally away from Fratton Park, but this is Serkin, he's gone down, referee has to make a decision.
You know, you've got to track runners.
But again, I'm not sure. The defender gets none of the ball here, but contact is outside the box initially. Nonetheless, not even a free kick is given.
Oh, yeah, I'm not...
Pompey continued their poor balls over the top.
Given how many goals they've conceded away from home.
conceded.
And Pato continued to respond to boredom by giving Pompey chances. What are you doing, man?
This time Patterson gives it away. This Bishop just dallied ever so slightly. Bishop with a header.
All too casual, really. Sunderland continued their pacey counters. Here, Mayenda makes a poor choice, though.
Isidore and Aouchiche were the targets, and once again Towler gets there.
Just before the hour mark, Ian Dowie made an idiot of himself by claiming not to know the rules of football. From this free kick, Pato claims the ball mid-air. The rules of football have not changed recently, certainly not since Dowie played football, and they clearly state that when a goalkeeper claims the ball, it is not considered to be back in play until they have delivered it downfield, either by a kick or a throw. This includes the tossing up of the ball as part of that kick. It is not in play. If you interfere with the goalkeeper when the ball is not in play, the punishment is an indirect free kick, which is what the referee awards here. The number of Portsmouth players in the commentary team that do not seem to know the rules of football is quite staggering for a professional team, frankly.
Well, he doesn't even brush into the keeper.
No, he doesn't.
Here, Aouchiche and Sirkin combine excellently to threaten again, and Sunderland just dominate the game from here.
Aouchiche, now Sirkin.
Roberts got in on the act as well, but was denied by a deflection.
This looks interesting, takes a deflection.
Yeah, maybe he was Trey Hume runs in. He's actually here, watch him, he grabs the man there. Trey Hume just grabs Ogle, extra little bit of space.
Sunderland recycled the ball repeatedly and easily, and the chances kept coming.
Aouchiche. And now O'Nien. Sirkin.
Brilliant from Sirkin.
That was smartly done.
One in 10 games, every 10 games, not bad for Luke O'Nien.
Yeah, he got there.
Luke O'Nien romped upfield in lieu of any press from Portsmouth.
From a set piece.
He's trying again, 243 appearances, he's going to get another one, is he?
And Isidore nearly makes it 2-0.
It's Roberts. And now Isidore! Wasn't far away, and he knows it.
It's absolutely brilliant play from O'Nien. He busts forward and then cuts it great and hits it back fantastically well. And then lovely little setup from, and oh my word, just a foot wide.
By the 65th minute, Portsmouth still had not had a shot on target. And then things got even worse for them. Marlon Pack misjudged Isidore's pace and pulled him back when clear, resulting in a red card.
Chance is given away. Isidore's been pulled back by the shirt by Pack. This has to be a red card. And Marlon Pack, the captain, is heading off the pitch.
And that extinguished what little threat Pompey had, as they settled into a very defensive 4-4-1, and Sunderland just kept coming. A last-ditch slide by a defender here preventing Mayenda from scoring.
Brilliant.
And now Hume into Mayenda.
What a start for him.
Shows what he can bring straight away. You could see him there as well. He was marshalling the defence.
And Sunderland pressed, sometimes with as many as 5 up front in the attack.
Even with 10 men.
Sunderland have made hard work of this. They're leading. They are comfortable. Should be further ahead. It's Roberts. Takes a deflection.
Aouchiche eventually found some power with a terrific half volley that went just wide. But he had begun to make too many errors by this stage of the game and was replaced by Aleksic for the last 10.
He's done well this afternoon. Himself, good ball, brilliant ball in for.
Good effort himself as well, denied by Schmidt.
Yeah, very.
Alexis showed some good touches at times. He's definitely a talent, he just needs time and minutes. But as the final minutes drew in, 10-man Portsmouth began to spray the ball around and get chances.
Again to Mayenda, that would have been fatal.
He's done well. Atkinson's come on, good on the ball. He's a couple of nice passes. Opportunity, great ball.
By Lang, Bishop forced nearly to Sadie. Hume gets there first.
I've got a funny feeling he heads it into the back.
Good God, lads, what are you doing? Control the game for the last few minutes, will you? Sunderland seem to lose all concept of how to see out a game, as usual these days.
This is a chance. Oh, wasn't far away. 30 seconds.
Hume intercepted well.
Plus,
but why play this ball?
added on. It was given away by Moxham.
Just take it upfield, man.
Sadie.
Isidore's skillful feet won the ball to relieve the pressure in our own defensive half, and he released Aleksic.
There before Isidore. Nice feet from Isidore.
Good lad. Just take it all the way to the corner.
Aleksic.
Know what you're doing, man.
Great ball to Mayenda. Can he seal it? It's blocked.
He has been outstanding.
And Pompey recover from this, nearly scoring.
Into the 93rd minute. Bishop wasn't
word.
far away.
Now, you've learnt your lesson, lads, haven't you? Labrie tried to calm the moment with another substitution, bringing on Rusyn for Mayenda. Again, Aleksic won the ball and went free. Right, this time, just take it to the corner and see out the final minute. No!
Wins it back, and fairly so. They need to get the ball.
But the whistle came anyway.
Player to take the throw from the correct position. We've played a minute more. And there goes the full-time whistle. And Sunderland have started the new year with back-to-back home wins.
Why can't the lads make it easy for us to finish a game? Still, this was a largely dominant performance and a win that moved us to within 2 points of the automatic promotion place. With all our injuries, that is a magnificent performance. We are only going to get stronger from here on in for the second half of the season, and we have every reason to be hopeful. See you next time.